Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today we put Franklin Saint on trial. A man who started off as just another college kid in South Central, but ended up running an entire empire that flipped Los Angeles upside down. His rap sheet, man, with so many crimes committed, I can't even name them all right now. But the real question before this court is simple. Was Franklin Saint a mastermind businessman, or just another criminal who flew too close to the sun? DJ, play my
Yana, Khadijah, Lenny, Carvel, him, her, him, bodies. They're all dead.
Yeah, that's him. That's the Saint.
I built this shit. Me, brick by brick.
So before Franklin became this kingpin, this multi-millionaire with literally the coldest edits online, we gotta rewind all the way back to 1983 Los Angeles. Franklin Saint was a smart kid from South Central, good student, sharp mind, raised by his hardworking mother, Sissy. He could have gone the straight path, college, a good job, maybe even grabbed a pair of glasses and became a computer tech.
Now I'm a computer tech.
But nah, instead he dipped into the hustle, running dime bags for his Uncle Jerome, even though Sissy wanted nothing to do with that life. That was Franklin's world at the start. Little hustles, family dinners, and ambitions way bigger than his surroundings. But that all changes when Franklin tags along with his rich white friend Rob. Rob introduces him to Avi Drexler, an Israeli drug lord who was playing on a whole nother level. Avi isn't your friendly plug. My nigga is wild, unpredictable, and paranoid as hell. Like, look at him. Who wears Superman undies at his age? He's cooked. But Franklin wants in. Avi didn't trust him, so he pulls out the strap, testing if Franklin can take a bullet. And see, right here, I would have just packed it up and went home, cause F that. But Franklin didn't fold. He stood there, ready to get shot. Avi shoots the champagne instead, earning his trust. And just like that, Avi fronts a random South Central kid an entire kilo of cocaine. One brick. And you know, you would think that's bad enough, but he gives this nigga 24 hours to sell the whole thing.
Huh?
Hope to see you tomorrow with my money. Yeah, one day. So Franklin brings it to his Uncle Jerome, but Jerome wants nothing to do with coke. Loud? Fine. But cocaine? Too dangerous, too white. It's just like a black man playing in the snow. Sooner or later, you're gonna get caught up. So anyways, Franklin turns to his Aunt Louie. She knows people, she knows the streets. Louie brings him to Claudia, this tough nightclub owner. And man, she might be the same age as my mama, but you know me, shit, I'm still going crazy on that. Nah, my fault. Let's lock in. Now, one thing about Claudia, she doesn't play. She immediately pistol whips Louis and presses the tool right on Franklin's face, thinking they're trying to set her up. But once her assistant tried the coke, he was like,
Oh boy! Yes!
It was some great stuff, pure as ever. Claudia switches up, impressed as hell, and makes the deal. Franklin walks out with a fat bag, and that's when it hits him. He's not just some kid hustling on the block anymore. He's in the game for real. The streets is a slimy game. This ain't no fairy tale. Success comes with enemies. Franklin's next move put him right on the radar of Lenny and Ray Ray, two local dealers who didn't like him approaching their customers. Hey, who you with, homie? I'm with nobody. Pop! Nah, they got him good. They jumped Franklin, beat him up, robbed him for all his cash, and even took his brand new bike he just bought. Like, damn, that right there was Franklin's first L. And yeah, it was a big one. Desperate, Franklin and Leon, his best friend, aka the realest nigga on the show, go to this gangster named Carvel for help. Yo, I need help to get some shit back.
Who were the niggas who took it?
Lenny and Ray Ray.
Oh, them little punk motherfuckers, man.
Alright, let's roll. So they pull up to Lenny's crib, break in, tie him up, and search the entire joint, but they couldn't find the stash. Franklin didn't want to put hands on him, so Carvel started tearing the place up. But Lenny stayed solid though. He didn't fold, he didn't break, he even hucked claw on Franklin's face. See, me personally, wouldn't let that shit happen to me though. Anyways, time was running out, so Carvel snapped. Nigga snatches the bat and blams him on the knee. Get the fuck out my way. But he was not done. He gives him one to the chest, unties him, and drags him to the back room. And oh man, what happens next? I don't even wish on my worst enemy. He takes him to the back and starts beating his cheeks. Golly. Lenny was screaming so loud, he gave up the exact location of the money.
You're a victim.
This type of behavior I've only ever witnessed once on a character.
I tell him like this here. I like you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Well, I guess Lenny chose the hard way. Carvel walks out, zips up his pants, grabs the bread, and heads straight to the door. Hey, that's my money. Bruh, nigga just looked at him up and down, then walked out. And yeah, I guess that was Franklin's second time getting robbed, all in the span of 48 hours? My nigga was going through it. The next day, Franklin gets a gun from his uncle Jerome. Then him and Leon pull up on Carvel, ready to get their shit back. But when they pull up to this nigga's house, this nigga done bought a brand new car with fresh rims. I can't even lie, Carvel like me for real. Cause as soon as work pays me my money and the transaction has landed into the account, I'm spending the whole check. So anyways, they walk in ready to blam him. But when they get inside, they find this guy high as hell. Like, I don't even know what he was on. But my boy couldn't even stand straight. That's how I be after taking a shot of tequila. They throw him in the trunk, drive out to the desert, but somehow Carvel breaks loose and makes a run for it. Leon clips him, but he somehow gets away. Like, bro, who are these guys? Anyways, they follow his blood trail and find him hiding behind this brick right here. And yeah, by the looks of it, he needed 2 minis and a fucking chug jug to survive. And Franklin and Leon weren't there for all that. Franklin freezes to pull the trigger, so Leon steps up and handles it for him. See, Franklin had the brains for the game, but didn't have the heart for it. Well, not yet. Franklin pays Avi back from the car and the bike, and just like that, Franklin Saint was retired from the drug game. So meanwhile, his personal life is cracking. He visits his estranged father, Alton, once a Black Panther, now a homeless alcoholic. Their relationship isn't the best, but Franklin bails him out of jail anyways. Things get worse when Franklin gets caught up in a run-in with the cops at Jerome's house. They beat him badly and put him in that same position Khabib put Connor in. Andre Wright, his neighbor, cop, and a father of Franklin's crush, Melody, steps in and saves him. This is when Franklin realizes the cops aren't protecting him. The system isn't built for him. If he wants power, he has to take it. So Franklin goes back and fully commits to Avi's business. He grabs the only 2 people he trusts, Leon and Kevin, and they become a team. Avi starts fronting him multiple bricks, but Franklin quickly realizes coke doesn't move easy in South Central. Uncle Jerome tells him flat out, coke is for the whites. The Mexican dealers control the trade, and the only way not to end up dead or in jail is to sell in your own hood. But Franklin doesn't listen. This nigga heads to the east side trying to pitch his product to the essays. And yeah, this was a bad move. They almost put a bullet in his head right on the spot, and that could have been the end. But Gustavo Zapata, aka Real Nigga, steps in and saves him.
Stop hating and get money, my nigga.
Franklin realizes he needs another angle, and he finds it out in Oakland on a trip up north to Kevin's cousin's party. He sees something new. Crack cocaine, a way to cook powder into cheap smokable rocks. Addictive, easy to move, and spreads like wildfire. Franklin gets introduced to the chef, then learns to cook it. Franklin brings it back to LA, hands out free samples with Leon and Kevin so people can test it, and the response was immediate. People were hooked overnight. Now Franklin's got the product that was about to change the entire city. With crack blowing up, Franklin finally builds his empire. Jerome, who wanted nothing to do with coke, sees the money Franklin is pulling in. He changes his tune and officially comes on board, taking a 25% cut. Louis is already in, Leon is a ride or die, Kevin's along for the ride. Franklin finally has a team. But old enemies don't just disappear. Lenny comes back, and in the chaos he shoots Leon. That boy was not letting what they did to him ever slide. I mean, I wouldn't either. Leon barely survives, getting rushed to the ER. It was close, but I guess he had the same genes as 50 Cent, because he was still standing. Franklin manages to flip the situation, linking up with Ray Ray and paying him to bring Lenny in. Ray Ray agrees, but Franklin ain't stupid. He knows you can't trust a snake, so instead of playing games, Franklin makes him handle it himself, forcing him to kill his best friend. Ray slits Lenny's throat, and just like that, the problem was gone for good. That was Franklin's first real move as a boss, using money and power instead of his own hands to settle the score. By the end of season 1, Franklin has a crew, a product, a cookhouse for production, steady cash flowing in. The weed dealer kid from South Central is gone. What's left is the beginning of a drug kingpin. And now, these are all the crimes recorded by the end of season 1 by Franklin Saint. Drug dealing, drug trafficking, possession with intent to distribute, attempted distribution to the Mexican cartel, drug manufacturing, kidnapping accessory to murder, conspiracy to commit murder, money laundering, weapon charges, and the scariest part, this was just the beginning.